Howdy folks, welcome back to Silverrun Forest. We've got some happy sheep here. Got a bright, sunshiny day. It's the 1st of March. Oops, hit the wrong button. Sheep are doing well. I've actually got quite a few sheep. Let me show you here. What I did was buy a bunch of lambs, and we're going to let them grow up. By the time they're grown up and making wool, hopefully we'll have the boat yard and a spinnery. But the other 50 are pretty much grown, and we got some about ready to reproduce. But yeah, we got a lot of sheep now, a total 250, which I believe is all the pen will hold. Yep, so it is full. Still got plenty of hay. Speaking of hay, I don't think I ever showed this on a video. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize. So I had all those bales, and I stacked them up here in the shed, and it was kind of laggy. Like I would start getting down into 30 FPS and stuff, whereas usually I run like 80. So I got this bale storage, and they're kind of virtual. Like this is just an art asset. It has no physics and stuff. And then if you want to pull out a bale, you open up a menu. So I want, give me oh, I'm standing in the spawn area. So give me, one bale. It'll pop a bale out. Now this bale, oops, I moved it into the area. This bale, actually has physics. It's an actual bale. Those bales are just graphics, if that makes sense. So we'll throw that in there. They've got plenty of food and water. So they're in good shape. I think that pretty much gets you up to date on the sheep. You can see we've got a couple pallets, about 2.5 pallets there worth of wool. But today we have great demand over at the firehouse. I've got more to get you caught up on. I've been busy. But if we go look at prices, and I believe they buy wood chips. Yeah, so almost $700 over at the fire department for wood chips. So I've got some wood chips because, as I said, I've been busy. And, yep, that will probably be the thumbnail over there. So let's go take a look at that beast. We got the Mack over here. Now, it's still got some iron ore in the main truck, but this pup trailer is empty. So I'm going to be filling that with wood chips. I got the skid steer warming up there. But I've been keeping an eye on the sales. Oops. And I got lucky. We got anything up? I don't think we need any of that stuff. I got this thing for like 56% off. Now, if you look close, she's a little worn. She's got some hours on her, but we got a tree harvester. This thing is a beast too. It'll do up to, I think, 70 centimeter trees, so all but like the biggest. This is a ponderosa pine. I had a ponderosa pine. It's that one, yeah, that big one right there in the distance. It's too big for this. I'm gonna have to fell it by hand, but I've been busy clearing off this hillside, and we got a lot of these little scrub trees. It's just a dogwood and just random stuff like that I need to get rid of. And then I'm gonna be planting this probably in lodgepole pine. So I've been working on clearing that off. That's where all this sawdust came from. And I've still got the sawdust over there from working up some things. So anyway, let's start getting this stuff loaded. And then we can take this over to the firehouse. I was going to go put the dump bed on the TLX 3500, but I had the ore truck just sitting over there, so we'll just use it. Plus, it'll hold a lot more. But I've had a couple times here off camera while I was working where the rural farm south had a great demand for wood chips. And it was $7.20 something, I think, on the price. Made a decent amount of money. Now, I should mention, when that harvester came up for sale, it was still expensive, even at like almost 60% off. So I had to borrow about 70 grand, but it was just too good of a deal to pass up. Now, I've since been selling logs and some metal And I've paid off that debt, but you can see we've only got about 18 grand to our name right now. So we're still fairly cash poor. Oops. But we've got a lot of good equipment now. So we're going to be making the monies. The sawmill is doing well. Actually, just took a load up there. That's why the truck's sitting over there empty. Just took a load up to the sawmill, so it's got a nice big set of wood to be working through. There's actually quite a few pallets up there at the sawmill of planks and long planks and beams. So there's plenty to do here. Plenty to do. It's been a busy winter so far. Can't seem to hit the reverser at the right time. Did quite a bit of work over at the home farm, and then I've been working on this hillside here for a couple days now. In fact, I've got a log over there. I've got a few logs down that I need to get drug out with the tractor. Got most of the equipment over here. So today we'll probably just be selling some wood chips. Come on, there he goes. This high tip bucket, I like it, but it's sometimes a little bit of a pain to get it to actually pick up everything. So I haven't shown, you know, all these days and days of me just grinding out logging, but every once in a while we'll come in and we're just going to do some of the grunt work. That's what we're doing here at Fedora Farms Logging. It's not all glamour. I do need to get the repair trailer down here at some point. Do a little maintenance on that harvester. It's died on me a couple times, cutting trees. But it just needs a little tune-up. It's a good solid machine. It's worked fantastically. Here you. There we go. I can't decide. Maybe you can let me know in the comments below. When I get all the trees off this hillside, like I said, I'm going to replant probably in the lodgepole pine. Should I clean it up? Like all the little bushes and stuff? Or should we kind of leave that just for looks? Let me know what you think. I'm kind of tempted to kind of leave it, except for the little trees that have collision. The little bushes and things are no problem, but there's those little, like the tree right above, the gray tree right above the skid steer right now. They make it a little bit of a pain to get back in there with the harvester. But like these dogwoods and things, I'm going to clean those up. Probably do that with the mulcher. Come on, pick up the wood chips. There you go. So yeah, I'm glad I meant to do the high tip. I'm glad I brought the big trailer over here, because I would have more than filled the pickup truck by now. So, based on the amount of grass bales I've got left, I think we're going to be okay with just mowing this meadow. But we'll see how it goes. If I end up not being able to feed the sheep, then we might have to create a field here and, you know, fertilize and get some actual grass going. I noticed I had gravel under here accidentally, so that's why this grass looks different. You can see it got a little bit of metal loaded up. I went ahead and brought down that old Volvo loader and got some forks for it. So it's my metal loading machine right now. Alright, let's leave this guy here. So I just used it to throw the pallets on there. Although this trailer has auto load, so it lines them up nicely. Alright, let's do some running. Run! Get our cardio in. Man, that hillside, I pulled a lot of trees off there. It's pretty thick. So I'm going to be clearing that off, and that'll be our New stand. I'm going to remove the rocks. I've got the Volvo tipper down here to grab the rocks at some point. I'm thinking about taking these air filters off. I don't know why they wiggle like that. Kind of weird. Anywho, let's drive this guy on the road. Don't want that much weight going across the meadow. We're already almost full on the pup trailer there. A lot of wood chips. I kind of wish I didn't have this third of a load of iron ore on here, but oh well. It is what it is. Pull in here because we do need to swing around to town is where we're going to have to go sell this stuff. Try not to sprint around like crazy too much, but gotta do a little bit of running. Oh, that filled her up, huh? And I also try not to do too much speeding in the vehicles. It kind of drives me nuts watching farm sim videos, and they're just buzzing around like, you know, it's NASCAR or something. So as much as farm sims lets me, I try to drive somewhat realistically. I'll even use my blinker. Oh, we got somebody coming. Gotta wait on him. Might be a good opportunity for a thumbnail. The old Mack truck in there. There we go. Good looking truck. Don't remember what the horn sounds like. Not too bad of a horn. So we just need to run down to town to the firehouse. And this might turn into another longer episode. I try to throw in one of those once in a while. I know not everybody likes the long episodes, but some of you do. So we're just going to kind of play it out. This is a lot of what has been going on, you know, between episodes. Just me working. I think I've got all the metal I need at both the roller coaster and the boat yard. Which way you going? You're coming this way? Oh, let's see. Which way is the fire station? I think it's down here. Still kind of getting used to the town. I think this is it down here, right? Yeah, here it is. Oh, I forgot. You have to go and you can't turn in here. I don't know if I can actually make a Yui here. We're going to have to go around the block. You have a stop sign. Does that mean you're going to stop? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, farm sim traffic. You are a winner. So yeah, I probably could have cut a Yui back there and hopped the curb and all that good stuff, but try to do this somewhat legit. I don't think there's a back way in here. No, we just said, whoa, lady. Giant dump truck here. She does not care. She's on her morning walk, and by golly, she is going to walk. All right, anybody coming? Nope, we're good. We can make this corner. I am driving with the keyboard, so it's a little stuttery. One thing I noticed in this town, they don't have like a slope. It's just a curb everywhere you pull in. Kind of disappointing. Come on, Giants. You got a beautiful map here. Would it have taken that much effort to not have a giant curb to drive over? Nice little sound effect on that trailer. There we go, $8,300 just for some wood chips. I like it, and we got more to sell too. I think I've sold all the chips at the farm. Ooh, this is a little tight. Little tight. But I could, if we have enough time, I could do some mulching. I want to get some of those dogwood trees and stuff chewed up. Could get some money for those. If not, we'll just stockpile the wood chips for next time. The great demand seems to come through fairly often between the firehouse and the rural farm south. Or just rural farm. I forget which one it was. All right, back out to the site we go. Get the rest of those chips loaded up from the furnace area. So I need to get a spinnery. There doesn't appear to be a spinnery on the map. And I can't decide where I want to put it, because I might need this meadow to feed the sheep. So I don't want to use it all up. So we'll kind of see. We'll kind of see how this this year goes. I don't think we're going to need it until next year. But we might have enough room. We'll see. Back to the wood chip loading. I could have got that trailer a little closer to the pile. These high-tip buckets are nice. Spit that out in no time. Oh, quit pushing the pile. Also, when I get the service trailer down here, I want to take one set of plates off this thing. It's just when you take the tool off, it almost wants to tip backwards. It's a little hard to drive when you're switching tools. What is the maintenance on this guy? Terrible. I don't know if that'll affect the brakes at all. This thing could definitely use some new brakes. It does not like to stop at all. Which is fine until you're on a hill. Then it gets exciting. Speaking of hills, I end up turning off both of the REA mods that I've had running. Wheels and then implements. Implements I don't think ever really took effect because we haven't really done any farming. But I like the REA wheels. Oops. I like to use the right control sometimes. I like the idea of what the REA wheels is trying to do. But I got tired of it like sliding around all over the place. Or burying it to the hubs in the gravel parking lot. And then you can't go anywhere. So I got rid of that. Mainly just because of the sliding around. Okay, well, 91% is going to be good enough. So I try to keep the mod list updated in the video description, but it may not exactly match each episode. You can always ask if you have a question. Just throw a comment. If you have a question about a mod. Let's see, what are the mods? I am running Universal Auto Load. And full disclosure, I enjoy loading. But sometimes when I'm doing off-camera stuff, I will use auto load. And then for the pallets, they are so finicky trying to get them off the fork sometimes. I'll bring them over there with the forks, but then they just snap on with the auto load. So I tend to use it as a workaround for crappy physics. Also, if I'm just grinding out, you know, loads and loads of wood off camera, a lot of times I'll just auto load the logs. I'm not in the mood for a long loading session. But on camera, I tend not to use that stuff. Nothing wrong with it if that's the way you want to play. It's about the journey, usually, when I play games. Not necessarily the destination. Whee! And I honestly, when I started this series with this old Massey skid steer, I thought I would be using it for like maybe 3 or 4 episodes and then upgrading to a modern skid steer, but I've grown to love this little thing. It's such a little beast. And it's a little heavier too than some of the more modern skid steers. May not be as powerful, but it's got the mass. Come on, there you go. And, you know, slinging around these 6-meter logs or shoveling gravel, you need that extra mass. Just about got this thing full again. Come on, fill up. Okay, fine. So if you're wondering where all this came from, I cleared out some trees along here. And this is the sawdust from delimbing those and cutting them up. Got at least 1 whole trailer load, maybe 2 out of here. I cut quite a few trees. It was pretty thick. You almost can't hardly tell that I pulled a bunch of trees out of here. Alright, there's another load. Stop out. And you've seen me drive to the fire station once already, so I'm going to run over to the fire station. And I'm going to get the rest of those wood chips loaded up. And then I'll be right back. Really shouldn't be doing this. This is a good way to tip the trailer over. But I need to get that mulcher off here. And as you can see, the skid steer's just about out of fuel. So I might have to make a run up to the farm, grab the service trailer. I need to get it down here anyway. But I want to get these tools off. Got the rest of the wood chips loaded up over there. Oh, I need to go on sideways to get the hydraulic hammer. Whoa. Just gonna put all the tools right here on this, oops, on this bare patch. And we're gonna see if we can mulch some of these trees that are in the way, the little ones. I'm guessing the dogwood's just gonna make a giant mess. They're kind of a pain to deal with. Whoa, speaking of pain, this thing is driving kind of funny. Couldn't possibly be my driving skill. And we got a mulcher. Alright, let's go see what we can do with this dogwood tree over here. Can we make a giant mess? Probably. What I'd like to do is just eat this whole thing up. Yeah, kind of like that. It's turned into a giant wood chip pile. Okay, we got one errant branch there. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. I think I can just... There we go. I'm just going to delete these little chips. The Lumberjack mod lets you do that with the chainsaw. There we go. Just don't want to have to deal with those. Right, and I think these two right here next to me are also kind of problem child thingies. Let's see if we can get those ground up. I think I mentioned in a previous episode, I took off the cultivate and plow feature on here. So it doesn't make fields anymore. The downside is my sawdust mod is not the best, so it will make piles of sawdust from anything it grinds up. Whether that's tree or bush or grass. Yeah, that works out pretty well. Look at that. Didn't even make enough sawdust to matter, it looks like. Looks like I might have missed a little branch here. No. Don't be mulching the grass. Brakes! Brakes! Alright, tell you what. Since I accidentally made wood chips from grass, let's just get rid of this. There we go. We'll just delete you. Be gone, sir. So as you can see, we got a bunch of stumps out here. Need to get rid of. This thing makes pretty short work of stumps. It's not nearly as fiddly as some of the stump grinders I've used in the past. Chunk. Let's run into it. That works. You can tell by the just sheer number of stumps over here how many trees I've pulled out of here. There's quite a few. Alright, we got another problem tree up here. I don't care about the bushes because I can just drive right over the bushes. That's not a big deal. However, these things are a little bit of a pain. There's nothing but a memory. The dogwood trees are really a pain in the butt. Is this another dogwood? Let me look at the bark. Yep. I'm a tree expert. I can tell just by looking at the bark. Come on, delete branch. Delete! There you go. Let's turn the whole thing into sawdust. Let's see. Is this my land? It stops over here somewhere. Apparently that is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Brakes, brakes, brakes. I can't stop, so I have to just turn sideways and hope for the best. Oh, no, 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 no. Stop, stop, stop. Back you go. Okay, I think I got that tree. Oh, I can't go. Alright. Rotate sideways. I might leave that one there. Some more stumps here. Turn sideways so I can stop. Let's get rid of this one, though. Nope, 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 nope. Trying to go. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah, I think we got most of that. So I believe everything else is either a rock or a bush. There's still more stumps as well, but yeah, I like it. Let's get this big tree cut down. I'm gonna have to cut it by hand. And then I think we'll call that an episode. Oh, there's a stump. It's a good way to break a track. Also, I am just about out of fuel, so let me just go ahead and coast down here where we can get refueled. I don't want to start the engine. So this thing, it's not super duper tall compared to some of the trees. It's just thick. I cut most of the way through it before, that's why the sawdust is there. It's just fell this straight downhill. Yeah, look how long it took to cut that sucker. I'll be worth a decent chunk of change, I would think. That worked great. If you keep the sawdust right down the middle, or the sawdust, if you keep the chainsaw right down the middle, you can do this. People were giving me lots of trouble for cutting like that. I like the sound, it's funny. Good way to get sawdust in your face. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to lift that with the skid steer. That is a chunky monkey. I was thinking about taking another load up to the sawmill, but I might just sell this. Be able to get one more log out of it. There we go. Let's delete you. Yeah, that thing was a monster. Look how thick this is down here. How much is this main trunk? 875 kilograms. Wow. I kind of have to know. I know I was going to close out the video, but I kind of have to know if we can even lift this. So we're running on fumes, but let me go grab the log forks. I kind of want to leave that tree there. Just it's not really in the way, so we'll leave it. Out to Tool Row here. Grab my forks. Hope we don't run out of gas. Just want to see if we can even lift that trunk. I'm also thinking about putting a road in so we don't have to go through town to get to here from the main farm. So I might look into that. I don't know if I could rent a dozer somewhere. Get a road cut into here. Bonk. That's why I removed those. That's full brake. Full brake. Come on, old Massey. Did you eat your Wheaties this morning? I don't think we can even get under that to come in from the top. curl it up. Oh boy. Oh, it didn't fall over yet, so that's a bonus. Oh yeah. Feels pretty stable, actually. Right up to the point where I ran into that thing. What'd I hit? A stump? Oh, there's still a little stub there. We call those stobs. I don't know why, but I'm from northeast Missouri, and that little stump there would be a stob. Anybody else use those terms? Let me know in the comments. If you're still here watching. Look at the size of this monster. Maybe we need this in the thumbnail. Thing is huge. I want to break my trailer. I know it's not going to break it, but woo, girthy. All right, the forks won't fit through there, but the arms do. All right, well, I'll get that sucker loaded up, and right after I refuel, because I'm going to run out of fuel, so I need to quit working. Good job, little Massey. Believe it or not. No, I didn't watch this. I watched the truck. I've watched the truck twice. It keeps getting dirty. We've had a lot of rain, though. It was either snowing or raining like almost every day. First clear day we've had. But anyway, that'll be it for this one, folks. Exciting times ahead for Fedora Farms logging. We're making good progress. Thanks as always for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.